Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the reigning NSIC Men's Basketball Player of the Week, Caleb Van De Griend of the undefeated and 20th ranked Minot State men's basketball team. Caleb, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
All right, as we do each week, let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I guess about myself, I grew up in California for my first 11 years of life. But my mom's Australian and my dad's American. So until basically I came back to America for college, I moved back to Australia at the age of 11. Grew up there on a farm for about, yeah, until I was 19 and then came to college in Minot. So that's my life's kind of been spent in two different countries for both halves of it.
All right, so the first 11 years in California, so you know a little bit about the United States, then
Yeah.
majority in Australia. But how did you find out about Minot State and what drew you there?
So I found out about Minot State through a program called Aussie Prospects in Australia. So a man by the name of Ash McCormick kind of started this program, which took young Australians who were good at basketball and kind of helped me put film together, and then he sent it out to coaches he knew, and he had connections with Minot State and Matt Merkin, and so he looked at the film and then yeah, gave me an offer.
Excellent. And it's been working out. You're a junior on the team. The team is 9-0 to start the season, 1-0 in NSIC play. A couple of nice regional wins up in Duluth to start the season, including a triple overtime thriller, but then a 3 games in Puerto Rico. Share with us that experience of playing down in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, that was probably yeah, definitely the to this point the best trip of the year. That was really fun experience. It was getting pretty cold up here in Minot. We were starting to get snow, so to be able to get on a plane as a team and fly down to Puerto Rico and be, our hotel was right near the beach. So after every game, we were able to, go swim in the ocean together as a team, cool off, and it was just a really cool experience to see the culture in Puerto Rico and what people do to have fun. And then I myself was able to go and check out like the rainforest and stuff, so that was a really fun time. Then a couple of us guys, including me, we had family come, so we were able to hang out with them as well, and they were kind of able to make it a mini vacation, and we were able to all just kind of hang out and have fun in Puerto Rico. It was a really, really fun experience for us all.
Excellent. And you were able to come away with 3 victories down there as well. Now, you've played 60 games for the Beavers almost, but this is your first year as a starter for them. Talk about your role on the team and how you've embraced it this season.
Yeah, so obviously this year, when last year we had Connor Hollenbeck, who was a very, very talented player on our team. He was the starting five. He transferred to Idaho State, so he went D1. So obviously there was that hole that needed to be filled. And honestly, I guess I didn't really think about it too much. I just kind of trusted that what the coaches had taught me. And I just knew that if I just do my job and just focus on the little things, focus on what I can control, the rest will come. And so far it has. I've just kind of taken each day, day by day, and focused on the little things. And that's really helped me not worry about games too much and not worry about, doing too having to do too much. But when you just focus on the little things, it really helps you just do your role, and then before you know it, you're playing 20, 30 minutes a game and you're not really even thinking about it. You're just out there doing what you're supposed to do.
You are the leading scorer on the team, 17 points, 11 rebounds per game, but there are 5 other players averaging double digits in scoring for this Minot State squad. Tell us more about your teammates.
Well, yeah, I'll start with Jackson. Jackson's a graduate student now. He's been here for about 5 years. He's just a great shooter. He's such a good shooter on the team. Not only that, he's really good. He really encourages me too a lot. He's one of those guys that really doesn't care about himself and what he gets. He really encourages everyone else on the team, makes everyone else better. And then AB is just he's our new guy we pulled in from he's a JUCO transfer this year for us. He's a junior. He's just really good at getting to the rim, doing his job. He goes about his business quietly, but yet he knows when to speak up and when he needs to talk. And then also Jalen, this is his senior year. Yeah, he's been here 4 years. He's just a really good influence on the team. He's always happy, always got a smile on his face. He's always joyful, but he's just a really good shooter. And he just gets to his spots, gets his shots off, and really, between him and Jackson, there's really no shot that they take that we're annoyed by because we know they'll probably hit it. And then also just having Sam too, he's just been a really good compliment to me too because he's also a really hard rebounder as well. I think he's like second or at least top five in the NSIC for rebounds right now. So just having him also down there helping with rebounding is just such a big advantage. And he's just such a hard worker and he works hard every game, gets up and down the court and just does his job. And he's one of those guys that, he'll have 20 and 11 and you won't even realize it because he's just doing his job and going about it quietly.
This weekend brings an NSIC doubleheader, the first of the season. You're hosting St. Cloud State and Bemidji State. Talk about the grind that is the NSIC schedule and how you prepare for weekend doubleheaders.
Yeah, it is a grind. Because we play these teams multiple times a year sometimes, and we all know each other very well, and each other's tendencies as players, and we're heavily scouting each other. So it's always about finding a way to counter what they've scouted and find a way to still produce. And yeah, and preparing for these double headers, yeah, you start each week, you watch, you gotta watch film on these teams and learn about them. And you got to make sure that you incorporate, things at practice about each team equally throughout the days leading up to the weekend, but then also still being able to focus on the team you're playing on that day. So I guess we just do a lot of really, I'd say, a lot of walkthroughs, a lot of just film to really get our minds engaged in what's going on because you can't practice too much and too hard because obviously when you got two games in the weekend, you got to have your body, ready to go. So we do a lot of film and just walkthroughs and just making sure we know what's going to come and what's going to hit us and what we need to do to counteract that.
Come game day, any special routines that you follow?
Yeah, for me, I'm a Christian, so every day I definitely wake up, pray, read my Bible. That's definitely a must for me every day. Make sure I put the day before God, trust that, regardless of what happens, I'm going to do my best and that's my best. And that's okay. Definitely make sure I, give him the honor and the glory for when I do well. Cause I definitely believe that all the success comes from him. It's not, not coming from me. It's coming from him. But yeah, that's definitely something I go with. And yeah, and always just, I guess for me, I always kind of usually a thing I do is take a nap, usually for the game, maybe 2 hours before, take a 20-minute quick nap. That's something I definitely focus on. But other than that, those are kind of just things I try to focus on. Other than that, it will just kind of be just waiting for the game. Maybe I'll do something like play my bass. I have a bass guitar, so I might play that a little bit, kind of try to get in a rhythm for the game.
Nice. All right, final question for you. What's the best piece of advice you've received during your athletic career?
I guess best piece of advice I've received was I would say here from Coach Matt Merkin is just focus on the little things. Uh, Often as players, we can get really focused on the broad picture, and then we forget about the little things, which then causes us to make mistakes, mess up, and start worrying about the wrong things. So just yeah, worry about the little things because you can control those, you can work on those, and then the big picture will then fill out once you work on the little things. So yeah.
Exactly. Got to focus on those details. That's where it
Yeah.
all starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent advice right there. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Caleb, best of luck to the Beavers this weekend and the rest of the season.
Yeah. Thank you.